Welcome back to the Courtroom Advocate channel. My name is Miriam Washira. In the course of my work, I've come across many young people, especially boys, charged with abusing other girls with different kind of abuse, especially sexually. Um, and the question is, why are there so many boys in the system and very few girls charged with sexual abuse in the system? My thinking is that one is because of our culture that the girls are the ones who report abuse and boys rarely report abuse. But also, how far should we go when it comes to taking care of the boys to ensure that they do not unjustly end up in the system? Today I'm going to share with you a story of a young boy that I represented. He was charged, he came into the system when he was 14 years old. He was charged with defiling a girl who was 17 years old. So this young man, I was allocated his case by the Children's Court. And he was charged with defilement. So when I took his case and I went to visit him in the remand to just hear his story, I asked him, young man, what is happening in your case? What happened? So the young boy told me he was a shamba boy, that his parents could not be able to help him proceed with schooling. So after his class 8, he went ahead to be employed as a shamba boy. So he lived in a village where he was a shamba boy. He was issued with a small house where he was living as he conducted his business. In the same neighborhood, there was this girl, the alleged victim, who she was still in school, but she liked this boy, and on several occasions, the girl had approached the boy asking for some sexual favors and some sexual relationship. But the boy was very adamant and did not want to be involved with this girl. But the girl was quite adamant that she really wanted the boy, and on several occasions she kept on harassing him. Of course, the boy did not report to anyone about it, and he continued with his life. So one day, it's raining. He meets the girl on the road, and the girl insists she needs shelter to ensure so that she's not rained on. So she asks the boy, "Can I just come in for a few minutes as the rain, as we wait for the rain to go away, so that I can go home?" So the boy agreed because it's raining. It was raining heavily, and he also thought it's not good for a girl to be rained on. So he actually invited the girl in, told the girl that she could come into his house. So when they got to the house, according to the boy, is that the girl started touching him and asking for them to be intimate. The boy refused. He told me that he actually totally refused to be involved. But the girl was very adamant and actually threatened that if the boy refused, she's going to scream and she's going to alert everyone that the boy was actually defiling her. So the boy, out of the fear of this screaming and the threat of, I'm going to be called, a defiler and so on, the boy agreed. So they actually did get intimate with the girl that day. And after that, when the rain subsided, the girl went home. But by the time the girl was leaving, the boy noted that the girl was bleeding. But, he never thought big about it. So when the girl went home, the bleeding, I think, the bleeding was too much. So she needed to alert the parents and ask for help. She actually thought she needed some medical help because the bleeding was quite something. So when she was asked what happened, the girl said that actually this boy defiled her. The boy dragged her from the road and dragged her into his house, where the boy went ahead to defile her. So the boy was arrested and brought to court and charged with defilement. And so that is how I came across the matter. So I asked the boy, why would you think this girl would do this? And she said, the girl has always wanted me, but I've refused. But I think she got scared because of the bleeding, and because she thought she needed medical attention. The only thing she could tell her parent is that she was defiled. So The boy was in the system. We prepared for the case. All this while, the boy is in remand. We prepared for the case. And when we came to the day of the hearing, which was almost a year after they said the alleged crime, when the girl came to court, she came all dressed up, you know, big lipstick on, you know, looking all sharp and nice, which is not a problem. But her demeanor in the court told a different story. So as we are waiting for the court to settle, for the matter to start, I noticed that the girl was winking at the boy. Of course, in courtroom, the witness stands on this side, the accused person on this side. So they're actually facing each other. And I noticed the girl was winking at the boy. I found that very odd. When it came to giving her evidence, she was all giggling, you know, and it was very uncomfortable. And actually, the magistrate noted this, and at one point, even the magistrate asked her, "Young lady, do you know this is a serious matter? Do you know what this means?" Of course, when it comes to cross-examination, when I actually now grilled her and I told her, you know, I asked her about the previous relationship with the boys and harassment. At the end, she actually agreed that yes, she was interested in the boy. Actually, this was consensus. It's just that she got scared on what to tell the parents and so on. So it was a sad affair, because already by the time this matter was coming to an end, it was almost 2 years and the boy was in the system. His life was wasted. The trauma of being incarcerated is not easy, and especially on a young person. So it was one of those very sad things. I feel if there was proper investigation, if the investigating officer had taken time, you know, not just to believe the girl, but actually done a more background check, this boy would have been not in the system. And maybe most of them should have been in the system. It's a girl who actually initiated this, and she was actually the older one with more capabilities and so on. But because she had parents who were backing up, I feel like the system did not ask so many questions before the arrest, and you know, the boy being arraigned in court. We wasted the boy, you know, we wasted somebody's life in prison, incarcerated on a matter that should not have happened. So my question is, nowadays there are quite so many cases of teenage, you know, those things most of us did when we were young, you know, when we were experimenting as teenagers. Should we have been all been arrested and all of us taken to prison? Because really that is what is happening. It is time for us as a community, as a society, to think, how do we address these issues so that we do not end up wasting so many boys and for them wasting their lives in prisons, whereas the girls continue their education. So my question is, what do you think, how do you think these matters should be handled? Let me know in the comments.